What's up, everybody? It's your boy Stevie the Black. That's STEVEE the Black. I'm back, and I'm here to give you my Monday Night Raw review. I know it's been about 2 weeks, and I know every time you come on this channel now, for the past couple days or weeks, you've been seeing football. So it's kind of nice to get back to wrestling and what I love. Also, before I start, there was one last thing I forgot to mention in that "What's the Point" video that I made. And that was, I hate to bring up the past, but just imagine this scenario for a second. Say we still had everybody that we still had when Chip Kelly became our head coach. Say we still had Deshaun Jackson, Jeremy Maclin, LaShawn McCoy, Brandon Boykin on defense. Imagine we still had all those guys, and we had Carson Wentz as our quarterback. Can you imagine how much of a dual threat we would be, bro? I talked to some other Eagles fans, man, and they were like, bro, we would be one of the best teams in the division, bro. And I'm like, bro, you're right. But we can't change the past. We might be able to get Deshaun in the offseason because he could become a free agent, but he did say he wants to stay in Washington. But he did say nothing is impossible. So we'll see. And I may make another Eagles video down the line besides making my preview video, so just stay tuned for that. Alright, so let's get in some Monday Night Raw. I got a headache, so I'm not going to be my energetic self right now. But I'm dedicated and I love this, so let's go. So Raw kicks off with Jericho and Kevin Owens talking about how they're mad that it's going to be a Hell in a Cell match against Seth Rollins. They're mad that it's not a triple threat. They're mad, but they're going to injure, Seth Rollins and end his career and stuff like that. Rollins comes out, cracks a few jokes on Jericho, and then we once again see another Jericho versus Kevin Owens match. First of all, let me just say that I still love what Jericho and Kevin Owens are doing, but obviously we can see the cracks forming. And if you haven't heard, Jericho after Hell in a Cell is going back to his band Fozzy. So obviously this run was great while it lasted, and we knew it was eventually going to end because he was eventually going to go back to Fozzy. But I think that, so it depends on me. Obviously, we all know when we see the cracks forming, but there's no way they're going to start feuding until after he gets back. When that is, I don't know, but we'll see. Alright, so for the opening, I gave it a B. And then obviously for Jericho versus Rollins, I gave that a B, but I wasn't excited because we already saw the match the week before, and I think maybe even the week before that. So I'm getting just about tired of seeing this match, although it's great for Rollins to win because he needs to build up the momentum. So Raw starting off pretty good, 2 Bs back to back. Then unfortunately we get to our first D with Golden Truth and Mark Henry taking on the Shining Stars and Titus O'Neil. First of all, I guess they just dropped the Titus O'Neil Darren Woods feud because obviously nobody was invested. And this whole gimmick that he's doing, the Titus brand, I'm not sure what they're planning on doing because all they'd have him do was lose every week. So it's not interesting, and the match was boring. So D. Next, we had Sheamus versus Big E in a pretty good match. I gave it a B for what it was. The funny thing is, though, people are saying, the New Day is starting to get on my nerves. The New Day is starting to get old. They're not that funny anymore. For whoever is saying that, they don't know what they're talking about. The New Day is still one of the best things that I look forward to, and a lot of people look forward to on Monday Night Raw. So for you to say that, it's like, are you high? You been drinking? You taking drugs? You smoking something? You snorting something? Because the New Day is still one of the best things and still one of the most funniest things on TV on Raw. So, I mean, what is your point? What is it you're trying to say? What is it you're trying to make us believe, right? But the match itself with Sheamus got distracted from Cesaro, who was on Facebook Live, and Big E was able to get a roll-up pin on him. So next week there's a tag team match, a non-title match. And first of all, I think Xavier Woods should be in it because I said that Xavier Woods needs to wrestle more often, and you can lead the pay-per-view in title defenses to Big E and Kofi but leave the Raw matches to Xavier Woods. So I'm expecting Sheamus and Cesaro to get this win next week because obviously they're going to need momentum going into Hell in a Cell, which is next Sunday. Next, we have Bo Dallas taking on Neville in a rematch from last week's tag team match. Neville lost. And the thing is, it's interesting to see what the WWE is doing with Bo Dallas here because it's like, okay, Neville's the more popular and talented guy of the two. So why have they not pushed Neville, but why push Bo Dallas? But I will say it is interesting to see where they're going with this. I can obviously see a future United States Championship, maybe even a future Tag Team Championship opportunity for Bo Dallas. But, I mean, after what he did to Curtis Axel, he didn't win the Tag Team Championships. So, I guess a future United States Championship opportunity with Roman Reigns in the future? Who knows? Other than that, I gave it a C. And I knew that Curtis Axel was going to get beat up after this week. So, next we had Dana Brooke versus Bayley in another D match, unfortunately. It's a D because it was all over the place. It wasn't a very good match, and Bayley lost. But also because they said that she was injured. Now, I don't know if that's storyline injury or if she's actually injured. If she's actually injured, get well soon, Bayley. If not, yeah. But this proves that Dana Brooke's still learning and that her coming up is, maybe it might have been a little bit too soon. But see, the WWE, I heard, are planning to have her enter into a feud with Charlotte, I think, after Hell in a Cell. So, for her to be one of the top babyfaces again. So, I mean, we'll see where it goes. But based off of that yesterday, if she really did injure Bayley, I don't think she's ready yet. So, D. Next, we had Strowman taking on not one, not two, but three jobbers. The Mile High Trio jobber. I will say this match was a little bit more interesting than some of his past matches. But again, I was like, man, they keep giving him jobbers. I want to see him face some real people, you know? So after he wins, he's like, Foley, I'm about to come out there and find somebody. And then Sami Zayn comes out. And he's all like, they didn't talk. But Strowman pushed him out the way. And so obviously now they're going to enter a feud. I don't think that Sami Zayn is going to win this feud. It's obviously for Braun Strowman to beat someone legitimate. But not only that, I just said they're treating Sami Zayn wrong, bro. They're trying to do the Daniel Bryan story. I don't think Daniel Bryan lost as much. He was a champion early in his career. If you remember, he was a United States champion. If you remember, after that, he became a tag team champion. Then WWE, world champion after that. Then, no wait. He was a United States champion. Then he was a world champion. Then he was a tag team champion. Then he was WWE champion. Then he was WWE world champion. And then he was Intercontinental champion. So he won all the belts. And at least he can say he did that in his career before he had to retire. But even Daniel Bryan had early on success. So if they're giving him the quote-unquote Daniel Bryan treatment, it's not working because he will get killed against Braun Strowman. There's no way I see Braun Strowman winning this match. I mean, losing this feud against Sami Zayn. So, sorry, Sami. Sorry. Really am. Next, we have Rusev and Mama Rusev and Papa Rusev and Brother Rusevs and Cousin Rusevs all here. And we're seeing a picture of them and everything like that. Obviously, the crowd was booing because they didn't care and it wasn't all that interesting. And then Roman Reigns comes out. And really, I didn't hear any cheers. And it's so a shame. I mean, boos. It's so a shame that every week I have to come out and I have to listen to see if the WWE Universe are booming. Because like I said, Roman Reigns is in my top 5. For those of you who didn't know. It's The Undertaker at number 1. Number 2 is Stone Cold Steve Austin. Number 2.1 is The Rock, because The Rock and Stone Cold are basically on evil levels. Then number 4 is Shawn Michaels. And number 5 is Roman Reigns. I'm a big fan of Roman Reigns. I like Roman Reigns. And I don't think it's fair that people are treating him like this. But there are some decisions I see that are like, okay, if we're going to fix him and make him the guy that you want him to be, you need to do certain things. And what I mean by that is I'll get to that later on when we're dealing with a certain somebody who came back later in the night. But until then, Reigns got cheered. I didn't hear that many boos at all. And then Rusev beat him down, which I think is good because it builds sympathy toward Reigns and it hypes up their Hell in a Cell match. So that's good. So I gave that a segment to see. But the thing that they did with Reigns, no more corny jokes though. Like that's still seen as just you could have came out and said, you know what, Rusev, nobody cares about your family, nobody cares about this. Let's just fight. More stuff like that. Next, we had Carl Anderson versus Big Cass, and that was a D. For whatever reason, they decided to have Big Cass take on Carl Anderson. I don't know. It would have made more sense for if it was Enzo Amore, but the match was over in like 3 minutes. So this little hot streak that the club were on, that's officially over now. I heard that they might have a match at Hell in a Cell, so we'll see about that. It'll probably be the pre-show though. Next, we had deleted interviews with Charlotte and Sasha Banks, who were talking about their Hell in a Cell match, talking about they're ready. I think it's great that they didn't have them wrestle last night. I don't know about the week, because I know they have house shows, and I don't know about next week. But it's good that they kind of preserve their bodies, because this gonna be the first women Hell in a Cell, and we're gonna see how it goes. And I heard it's going to be the main event of Hell in a Cell, which is, again, congratulations. First main eventing Raw. Now you got main event in the pay-per-view. I mean, I guess eventually it's going to be main eventing WrestleMania. I mean, that's how far these women have taken the women revolution. They really, really have. And I just want to say congrats to that. No more about women just showing off their sexy bodies and their looks. It's actually about wrestling, and it's going great, and it's going strong, and I hope it continues. Next, the Cruiserweight Tag Team match. I didn't have an opinion for this because, I'm interested in the TJ Perkins and Brian Kendrick storyline, but the rest of them, I just don't gravitate towards. So I couldn't give the match a grade because I just don't know what to think of it. They need to do something to step it up. I heard that they're not using the below 202 pound or below rule, so now basically almost anybody could be in the Cruiserweight division. Well, relatively if they're around the same weight, I guess. So guys like Neville, Sin Cara, and Sami Zayn, they could all be champions too. So I think that's interesting, and maybe that would make the division more compelling and more interesting as well. And then finally, the biggest pop of the day, Goldberg returns. I mean, this man, he sounds way different than I remember him sounding, and definitely his 49 age shows. But obviously he accepted Brock Lesnar's challenge, and he said he wanted to have one more match to be a superhero to the kids and stuff like that. So that's great and everything like that. Looking forward to it. I saw this thing that WWE is trying to do. I don't know if he's going to have only one match and then that's it. But I can tell you this right now. The fact that he said he wants to come back and be a superhero to the kids. And he did make a point that the world does need superheroes because of stuff that's going on. But the fact that he said he wanted to come back and be a role model to these kids and stuff like that, that just lets me know, first round, like, Brock Lesnar's winning this match. Like, Brock, even if he hadn't said that, I still knew that Brock Lesnar was winning this match. Because it's just, he's winning the match, man. You just know. I mean, you would think, oh, if it's just one match, they wouldn't have him come back and lose. But Brock Lesnar's on a roll right now, and the only person who can supposedly take him down is this up-and-coming star. Which I have a feeling they're saving for Big Cass, but I just don't feel like Big Cass can be the guy. Maybe not right now. Could be the guy to beat Brock Lesnar. Let it be Goldberg. I shoot. But Brock Lesnar is beating Goldberg. I'm telling you that right now. He is beating Goldberg. But back to what I was saying earlier about Roman Reigns. I'm probably thinking, what does that have to do with Bill Goldberg? Well, the WWE, you know how I said earlier that Goldberg might have one match? Well, the WWE apparently is trying to get one more match out of him to end his career at WrestleMania 33. And guess who it's going to be against? It's going to be the Battle of the Spear. Roman Reigns versus Goldberg. And they're going to put Roman Reigns over. That is not going to work. I am telling you that now. Because you saw the way the fans gravitated towards Goldberg yesterday. I mean, first of all, they better not be thinking of a heel turn, number one. But if it's a heel turn for Roman Reigns, then I like it. But if it's just to keep him as the face and have Bill Goldberg say, this is the better man right here, then no. I don't want that to happen because they will boo this man at WrestleMania again. Yesterday they didn't boo him, and I'm happy about that because there's probably just because they were tired of looking at Rusev's family. But I don't want. I told you I'm a Roman Reigns supporter. I don't want them to do this to Roman Reigns because that's just going to keep killing him. The only way this works is Roman Reigns beating Goldberg is Roman Reigns' heel turn. And that's the only way it's going to work. It's the only way it's going to work. Because it's just the only way it's going to work. Roman being the face into this with Bill Goldberg as the face, it's just not going to work. It's not going to work. Roman, if you're going to do this WWE, Roman's got to be heel. If you agree with me on this, let me know in the comment section down below. But that has been the Monday Night Raw review. Come back tomorrow for the SmackDown Live review, and sometime this week, maybe Wednesday, maybe Thursday, for the Eagles versus Vikings review. I got more stuff to say on that, especially about the Cowboys, bro. I'm really scared. I'm really scared with the Cowboys. I'm really scared, bro. I made a bet. I'm gonna have to kill myself. I can't give the money, bro, because I just can't. I refuse to. I'm not gonna kill myself, but spiritually, not physically, but spiritually, emotionally, it's killing me. Anyway, so that's been the video for today. Come back tomorrow for SmackDown Live review, and if you're not down with that, I just got 2 words for you. Peace out.